Welcome, guys. This is the Kentucky Fathers Podcast. I want to talk to you today about a book, actually about the author of the book, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter by Curtis Jackson. And some of you may recognize the fact that Curtis Jackson is a hip hop artist. He's an entrepreneur, and now he's a published author. And that's the name of his book, one of his books, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter by Curtis Jackson. That's his, I guess you might say, his birth name. But his hip hop name is 50 Cent. Very popular guy. He sold millions and millions of records. He just really smashed the whole hip hop music scene. And I'm highly recommending that book to Kentucky fathers. Why? Because Curtis Jackson, despite his popularity, great success, and millions, he's a victim of parental alienation. His first baby's mama, he had a child with her. That was his firstborn son. And she, for whatever reason, alienated the son from Curtis Jackson. So Curtis Jackson, think about it, for years has been battling, working hard to establish a healthier, well, not a healthier, but a stronger relationship with his son. He is very estranged from his son. So there's one thing I want you to learn from this, fathers. For those of you like myself, who's alienated from their firstborn child, who was alienated from their firstborn child by the child's mother. It can happen to anybody. It doesn't matter if you had more money, more fame, more popularity, more whatever. It can happen to you. It's all a spiritual battle. It's all an emotional battle. That's just the bottom line. Doesn't matter how many millions you have. Doesn't matter how popular you are. Doesn't matter all the great things that you can do for your son or daughter, your firstborn. Man, parental alienation can happen to you, and parental alienation can be painful, and it can last a long time. It may not be, it may happen tomorrow that Curtis Jackson and his son reconcile. Truly reconcile and reconnect. Or it may take a few more years, or it may never happen. God forbid that it never happen. Let's all pray and hope that they do reconcile, that do come together and form a good, healthy father-son relationship. But my point is, it can happen to any of us, guys. It can happen to any of us. In that book I just mentioned to you by Curtis Jackson, he talks about it. He talks about his estranged relationship with his son. Now, Curtis Jackson, in no time does he talk about parental alienation, but he is a victim of parental alienation. He is, point blank, period. I tell you another celebrity that was momentarily a victim of parental alienation, and that was Kanye West. I think Kanye West is now calling himself Ye, Y-E. That's his new name. He's acting like Prince. You remember how Prince stopped calling himself Prince and started calling himself a symbol or something like that? These artistic geniuses, they do that. But the point is, Kanye West, very popular guy, well known, at the time a billionaire. But even if he wasn't a billionaire, let's just say he was only worth $500 million. It's still a lot of money. He was alienated from his children by the Kardashian family. He was alienated, or at least they attempted to alienate him. So, guys, this is really a spiritual battle. It's an emotional battle. Guys like me who are broke, they can be a victim of parental alienation. Or guys who are filthy rich, like Curtis Jackson and Kanye West, they can be a victim of parental alienation. This is why it's really important for us as alienated fathers to come together as much as possible and to encourage one another and uplift one another, to talk, at conferences, exchange ideas, exchange success stories, and really, it's really important that we all encourage one another. So I'm going to sort of say this out to Curtis Jackson, not as if he may ever see me or meet me or even care what I got to say. And brother Curtis, and I mean that sincerely, Brother Curtis, don't give up. Don't give up, man. Don't give up. I've heard some of the things you said about how how hurtful it is for you. I can imagine it's hurtful. Man, it's hurtful to me with my daughter. I can imagine it's hurtful. But brother, unfortunately, that's part of what it means to be a father. Sometimes not to have, your love and your blood, your seed, your child, not to respond to you with love and respect. And I can imagine that's hurtful. But still, that's just part of what it means to be a father, to love unconditionally, to always say to our alienated children, "Hey, I'm here. I got the door, the outside door light for you. So any time, day or night, morning, evening, doesn't matter. You can come and talk to me, and I'll welcome you." Like in the Bible, the prodigal son, what happened? The father saw the son far away coming towards the house, and he celebrated. He told everybody, "Hey, we're going to celebrate. My son's coming back." I'm paraphrasing, obviously. But that's the way we have to be, Brother Curtis. That's the way we have to be. And we just have to hope and pray for that day when we look up the road and we see our sibling, not our sibling, but our seed, our legacy, our firstborn, our son, our daughter, coming back to us. Don't give up, brother. Don't give up. On your deathbed. On your deathbed. You got 5 minutes to live. Don't give up. Don't give up. Just don't do it. Just keep doing and keep reaching out, and always be ready to embrace that alienated child. So that's what I wanted to say in Kentucky Fathers. I want to encourage people, Kentucky Fathers, to get that book and particularly read those chapters there when really Curtis Jackson is talking about, how it feels for him to be an alienated parent, how to be an alienated, what it means to be an alienated father.